welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Jennifer. Welcome. Today I want to kick off the video for updating my book journal from the month of July and documenting all 9 books that I read. Such a great reading month. It was so good. Can't wait to share all of the updates that I have with you. And so yeah, and then go ahead and we're going to set up a little bit of August, and so I'm excited to jump right in. So hopefully you enjoy this one and have a drink or snack ready to go to enjoy this video. Come on, let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, let's jump right in to get my book journal updated for July. So I have all my supplies here, my stickers, pens, Sharpie, and my book journal and the highlighters to color in the books. So let's get jumped into the first page here in adding in the books. So I read 9 books in July, which is amazing. So we left off with the orange, so that means we need to do starting with yellow. All right, I'm gonna get these colored in and I will be back. You know, I never really paid attention to how many colors I actually had of these markers and highlighters, and I have 9. So this month, and I have 1 book per color, which is kind of fun. So something I don't think I've done before, or haven't paid attention that I've done that. So pretty cool. So let's go ahead and write in the books now. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this. And so the first book that I read, oh, and it's yellow too, is Project Hail Mary. Perfect. That I love it when the color lines up with the book cover. And then I have The Other Side of Now. And Project Hail Mary, I ended up giving that 4 stars along with The Other Side of Now. And then my only 5-star for the month was Only the Beautiful. And if you're interested in learning more about these books and see if you're interested in reading them, I do have a reading wrap-up up for July as well. And then I read The Best Witch in Paris. And I gave that one 4 stars as well. I had a very good reading month. My average was a 4.06. So as you can imagine, a lot of these books were 4 stars. And then I read The Ending Writes Itself. Gotta squeeze that one in that tiny book. Oh, and then I have so many long titles. So every time I go on vacation, someone dies. At least I have a thick book for that one, for that long title. Every time I go on vacation, someone dies. Okay, and then I went on to the second book in that series. Oh, I gave that one also 4 stars, as well. The ending writes itself, I gave 3.5 stars. It was just okay. And then I went into the next book, and no one was supposed to die at this wedding. So let's see if we can fit that one in. Well, I squished it in there anyway. And then I read The Caretaker and gave that one 4 stars, surprise, surprise, and The Girls Trip 4 stars. But yeah, look at all of those. That is so exciting to fill almost 3 bookshelves in through end of July. So then let's move on to our next pages for our TVs and movies that we're watching. So let's go ahead and add in those as well. So I have 2 TV shows and 1 movie to add. So we left off with Orange for TV shows. I'm gonna go ahead and color in that globe finally as well. So hopefully that wasn't bothering you that I hadn't colored that in. I just skipped right over it. All right, so let's go ahead and add in the 2 TV shows. So the first one, I'm kind of cheating a little bit, is Big Brother season 28. So I'm gonna go ahead, it's still going on, but I am gonna watch that. And then I'm also watching The Great Food Truck Race season 19. And let me know if you are watching either of these as well. And then for the movie, and I can't believe this came out as yellow again, but Project Hail Mary. Since I finished the book, I was able to watch the movie. I am very glad that I read the book first before watching the movie. It added a lot more context to what was going on in the movie. So if you saw the movie and need more information, or I definitely recommend reading the book first before the movie for sure. Okay, Project Hail Mary. That's funny that it came out as yellow. So, yep, let's go ahead and move on to our next pages. See if we have any for the alphabet challenge for our titles. So do we have an let's see, let's start with Project Hail Mary. For P, oh, we don't have P yet. Yay, that's exciting. And then we have the other side of no. So we have O, Only the Beautiful O. Who would have guessed there's so many books that start with O? The Best Witch in Paris for B, Every Time for E, Ending Writes Itself, E, No One, Supposed to Die at This Wedding, The Caretaker for C, and then The Girls Trip for G. So at least I added 1. That's very exciting. And then my best book for July is Only the Beautiful, the only 5 stars. At least I had a 5-star this month. So that is exciting. Okay, so that is favorite book for the month. And then moving on to my 12 books in 2026. As you saw, I finished The Best Witch in Paris. So let's get my star ratings out and add in the 4 stars, which is very exciting. finally making some more progress on these. So I definitely need to get to the paleontologist and beach read, both of those to catch me back up. No new nonfiction books to add, and then no new anticipated books. But I did get in the mail Sea of Charms and the Gilded Blade. So I both got those pre-orders. Parade of Horribles I got, Romance Revival I got, Far Away In I got, and then yeah, those are the ones that I purchased. So yeah, exciting. Okay, so 5-star predictions, still working on those. Stay tuned for that updated new round of videos. So now let's move on to July. I will update the summer reading challenge after my August, so I'll do that with my it'll be my September book journal update. I will let you know if I finish this challenge or not, but I'm making really good progress, which is absolutely amazing. So then let's get to our calendar. We can put our markers away. Let's do that. But then let's pull out our books. I thought we could do the icons this time and write in the books themselves. So let's start with the first book that I finished, Project Hail Mary, and that was an audio book. And I finished that one on July 2nd. So let's write that in. And then the next book, The Other Side of Now, I started that one on the 2nd, and that was a physical read. So The Other Side of Now, I think I was gonna do this teal color. So let's put it on here. And then I finished it on the 4th, so read it in 3 days, which is very exciting. And then Only the Beautiful, I started on the 4th, but I'll just add it to the 5th. I think I was gonna do that one in red. And then I finished that one on the 6th. So I read this one in 2 days. So you definitely know that I like a book when I finish it that quickly. And then moving on to The Best Witch in Paris. Started it on the 6th. But then, so I'll put it on the 7th and then finish that one on the 8th. So I read a bunch of books very quickly, which is awesome. That is how I was able to get through so many this month. And then on the 8th, added another little purple book. So cute. And then Every Time I Go on Vacation Somebody Dies. That was an audio book that I started on the 4th. So I think I'm just, there's so many already filled in, I'm just gonna add it at the top here, and I'm just gonna shorten it. Every time I go, ... And then let's move on to, I finished it on the 10th. So let's add that in. So every time I go, ... And then let's do The The Ending Writes Itself, which is a physical book. So then I was going to, on that one, I started on the 10th, so I'll just put it on the 9th, which is fine. And then I finished that one on the 20th. So that one definitely took a lot longer to read. So, and it also was 3.5 stars, and I just liked it. So it goes to show if I really like a book, I read it quickly. But if I don't like it, it takes me forever to read it. And anybody else relate to that? Let me know down in the comments. And then no one was supposed to die at this wedding. So then let's do, it was an audiobook. So we could do, let's do Green. And when did I start that one? On the 13th. And I will abbreviate that one as well. No one was supposed to ... And then we can add in another green one. And I finished it on the 23rd. Okay. And then I read The Caretaker physically. I started that one on the 21st. And then finished it on the 23rd. So I think I just move it to the 24th. But definitely when you read more books, your calendar fills up more with more books, for sure. And then The Girls Trip, I started on the 25th. And then finished that one on the 26th. Again, read it quickly. Okay, those are all the books that I finished in the month of July. So that is very exciting. Moving on to the monthly stats. Let's go ahead and pull those out. Let's do a monthly. So we need a July. Should we do... Let's do Hot Pink July. And then we have our number of pages that we read for the month, which was 3,020. It's exciting. It's quite a bit. And then my book club book with Krista from Books and Jams for Patreon community. Every time I go on vacation, someone dies. I was happy to be introduced to that book this from book club, which really did enjoy. And then the monthly pick, my favorite book was Only the Beautiful. And then my average star rating was a 4.06 for the month, which is also an amazing score for the month, absolutely. So then let's move on to adding in our books read. And so let's get these written in here. So let's go ahead and find my pen under all the stickers. So we have Project Hail Mary. And then we have The Other Side of Now. Only the Beautiful. And then The Best Witch in Paris. Every time I go on vacation, someone dies. Oh, good. I have a large book for this. Every time I go on vacation, someone dies. And then the ending writes itself. No one was supposed to die at this wedding. Ooh, that fit nice. And then The Caretaker. And The Girls Trip. Okay, cool. So now we can put in the books that I purchased or that I acquired for the month. So I got 2 books from the Book Nook, which is a small used bookstore here in my town. And so we got Inspection from there. And then we got The Great Alone. So from the Book Nook, both of those. And then I went shopping at Goodwill with my mom and got a huge haul of books. So I got 9 books from Goodwill, which is crazy to say, but I found When the Day Comes and In the Moment from the series, and I was very surprised to find those from the Timeless series from Goodwill, which is very interesting. So I'm hoping to get to those. I have not read those before. Let me know if you have, if you recommend them. And I do have a book haul video out as well when I got these books in July. And then I got a new chapter. And A Great and Terrible Beauty, which was an interesting find that I had never heard of before, but sounded interesting. I love when you can like discover new books that you've never heard of before. I love that find, when that you find those. I've been finding that lately at the library as well. Like I'll go to a shelf and find the book that I was looking to purchase to check out. And then from there, I look on that same shelf for a book that I've never heard of, but sounds interesting. I think it's kind of a cool challenge. And lately I've been able to find one within like 1 or 2 pulls, which is saying something. Either I don't have very specific taste, or I'm just looking out, which is great. And then I found 5 books in a series: Murder at Marble House, Murder at Beechwood, Murder at Rough Point, Murder at Chateau Sturdmere, and then Murder at Ogre Court. But I didn't realize that I didn't get the first book in the series when I found the set of 5 at the Goodwill. So I'm gonna have to see. I think I found it as an ebook to check out from the library, so I'm gonna try that out and make sure that I like the series. But I just thought it was really funny that the first book wasn't there, but the next 5 were. So Murder at Beechwood, Murder at Rough Point, Murder at Chateau Sturdmere, Okra Court. Again, these are all at Goodwill. So that was a great haul when I found all of those. Very surprising. That is part of the fun by going to Goodwill to find used books. All right, let's move on then to August. Look how yellow that is. Oh my gosh, that is very bright. So yeah. Oh, and this is where my TBR goes. You know what we didn't do? We didn't check in with our July TBR. Let's do that quick. Let's backtrack. I am still reading the 50 States nonfiction, The Plum Tree. Yes, and sadly I DNF'd it. Did not read The Paleontologist. I DNF'd The Deadly Cross. Did not read Books of Bewitchment. Welcome to School by the Sea. Not yet. Not yet for beach read. The Red Ending Writes Itself. I did. The Other Side of Now. I did. This Book When We Think of You. Not yet. That is a 5-star prediction. So I read 4, which is not great, but that's okay. That is totally fine. Let's go ahead and fill in our August TBR. Let's get these stickers out of my way in my left hand, and let's get in our TBR going. So for August, we are kind of doing a back to school kind of reading theme, books that are set on schools, boarding schools, institutions, things like that. So we have A School by the Sea. I think it was Welcome to the School by the Sea. Yeah, so let's do that. And then, so we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. We have Inspection by Josh Malerman that I just hauled. And then we have The Institute by Stephen King. We have Beach Read to change things up to continuing on with my 12 books in 2026. We have Love and Bewitchment for part of my summer reading challenge for the Color of Colors. Then we have Sea of Charms. It just came out. That was a pre-order for my 5-star predictions. And also, what was that called? That I hadn't read yet. Well, let's go back and look. Blinking. This book made me think of you. There we go. Think of You. Okay, and then I think those are the big ones. Oh, and then we have Evergreen Conservatory, continuing on in the Evergreen Academy series. Yeah, I think that's a good possible list. I like it. So, okay, cool. All right, my book is calling. Yes, most definitely. Much rather be doing that than working. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get the dates added for August, and then we will wrap things up. I think we're gonna go back to doing colorful date dots. So then August, so it started on the Saturday, I believe. Yep. So let's go ahead. I will speed you up and play some music as I add in these dates. So I don't like to share dates in squares for the month, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put them up at the top here since I have the extra dates. But yeah, so that is everything for this monthly update for my book journal. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, I would love it to spread more involvement in the community. I love so that way you know when the next videos are coming out. Thanks, have a great rest of your day. Bye.